What's up, guys? It's your boy Jordy, and I've always wondered to myself, what is the top 5 badasses in video game history? So I kind of to make a little list of my opinion of the 5 greatest badasses to ever make a presence on video game history. And to qualify for this list, they had to have some kind of appearance in frame. So no text-based guys were ever put in this, so we can't include somebody like the Tarrasque, because even though he is a pitcher, he can't really be put into it since I've never seen him in a video game. Without further ado, let's go ahead and list it. This first one is probably going to make you guys wonder a little bit, and I actually can't show you any of the first one. The reason I can't show you any of the first one is because it's way too vulgar for YouTube. But it's Donald Gordon. Who the hell's Donald Gordon? Well, Donald Gordon was the main protagonist, or one of the main protagonists in a game called Phantasmagoria, which came out in 1994. It's a full motion video, or FMV. It's one of the very first computer games that actually came out, and it was right around the time that CDs started popping up, and it came on 8 discs. And what made Donald Gordon such a badass is he was possessed by a guy named Carney, which was an evil sorcerer. And he did horrible things. He ends up raping his wife. He ends up killing the electrician. He ends up cutting the hair off of the local lady and the guy and wears it as a wig, and starts drinking blood in a maniacal tirade to basically kill off his wife, which is facing the evil Carney. Very cool character. You should look up the game Phantasmagoria. Very wonderful Let's Play. And let's just go ahead and get to some other characters here. Number 4, Orin. You might think of like Orin. Why would you pick Orin? Orin is the epitome of badass. He is the only guy I can think of in video game history to literally beat people's ass with one arm behind his back. He literally kills half the monsters and bosses in Final Fantasy X using one arm. He is one of the go-to characters in the game, and he's also the strongest character in the game. Quite a feat, since he does all his ass kicking with the one hand style. So Orin makes a solid place in my list at number 4. Number 5, Drizzt Do'Urden. Drizzt is a character from the Forgotten Realms series, and he's a dark elf drow, or same thing. He's a non-archetypical, so he's not evil. Most drow are evil, but he is the opposite. He is not evil at all, and he is a total fucking badass. I could put gameplay of him up, but most people that post videos of him on the internet, or the games that he's been into, namely the Baldur's Gate series, people pretty much have to throw everything they have at him with console codes just to kill him. He is generally a level 20 ranger, and he is renounced in bars and everything like that as being the pinnacle of badassery. And that's exactly what he is. This guy was mainly put into this list because of my fond memories of him as a child playing Baldur's Gate on the PC. I remember buying Baldur's Gate. It had 6 discs on it, and running into Drizzt for the first time as he beat down that bear and those 2 skeletons. And I accidentally attacked him and he cleaved my character in half. It was so cool. Drizzt is the ultimate badass. But too bad he comes in at number 3. That means there's still 2 other guys better than him. Who the hell could it be? Let's go ahead and jump into number 2. Duke Nukem. Oh yeah, the Big Daddy himself. Duke Nukem personifies everything that is man. He is the badass. He likes bitches. He gets blowjobs. He shoots aliens in the face. He saves hoes. Duke Nukem does everything that a man would do. He's actually like a stereotypical man. He shoots guns, smokes cigars, likes to gamble, likes to win, and he likes whores. And he does all this while spouting catchy catchphrases. Duke Nukem, as a whole, has become this extreme thing. You have characters like Sandy Rabbit that take Duke Nukem as his persona, and John St. John's actually has this unique voice, which is worth thousands of dollars at this point. So much that he can't do the Duke Nukem thing out of contract, which is kind of neat. But Duke Nukem is a super fucking badass, and that's just my opinion as a number 2 guy. And the number 1 guy, the biggest badass in all of video game history, at least in my opinion, get a drum roll here. That fucking sounds like a flat tire instead of a drum roll. But number one guy is the Doom guy. You're like, what the fuck's the Doom guy? The Doom guy. The guy from Doom. He has no name. He has no purpose. But he has a BFG, a big fucking gun. Name any other guy that will stand the tides of hell and then go kick their fucking door in because he was unhappy that they came onto Earth. The Doom guy, you know, you never get to see what his balls look like, but I'm sure they're made of titanium and they're weighing down considerably. That way he can't run faster than the Sonic the Hedgehog. If there was anybody that could beat Drizzt Do'Darren or Arn on this list, it would be the Doom guy. Whether it being a dual chainsaw or being a standard pistol or being the BFG or the chain gunning floating fat boys in the sky, the Doom guy goes to hell and kicks all the ass as humanly possible. And it was the actual the reason the Doom guy was so neat to me was it was the first commercial I've ever heard say the term hell. You guys remember that commercial? And hell will follow into them. Yeah, the Doom guy. The number one most badass guy in video game history. I know everybody's list will be different. This is just mine. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out. Just a disclaimer. The reason I didn't really post any videos of the guys I talked about in this video was mainly because I didn't have access to, and I couldn't feel like I'd pretty much be ripping other people's videos off by posting other people's gameplay on here without asking them. Certain characters such as the Doom guy and Drizzt Do'Darren would be very hard to actually get on film since they come from genres that most people don't see physically pleasing, and they come from games of time way beyond what normal recording is. Games like Baldur's Gate doesn't really lend itself to recording. You probably could record it today, but it probably won't look as good as you would actually like it to. And most PCs today are too complicated to actually run these games. And games like Phantasmagoria, which you can get working, still I've seen people do it mainly through emulators. Even then, it's very low resolution, and it's probably best if you just go look them up as you see them in the video. It was not done on my part to save any time or anything like that. It's just doing it to make sure I don't conflict against copyrights. Anyway, peace. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and as you know, BioShock Infinite has been pushed back, and everybody seems to love some BioShock gameplay. And little did you, I'm wondering how many out there knew where BioShock came from. BioShock came from a game I used to play. What game was that? It was a little game called System Shock. The same guy created both of these games. And there's one thing that System Shock did that other games didn't do in the time. You ever play games nowadays, like, let's take for example Dead Space. Dead Space, you go through, you have the dark atmosphere, you're in an abandoned space station, and you're picking up logs, and you're hearing the crew and things and all that. Do you know where Dead Space came from? Take a guess. System Shock. The System Shock is a game where you're basically this employee and you're stuck inside an abandoned space station with a supercomputer. You're basically designed to build this supercomputer, and it becomes so smart that it's sentient. Even the name of the thing, it means that, Shodan. Shodan. And for the life of me, I might not get this right, but it's an acronym for something. Here's the acronym. Sentient Hyper Organizer Data Analyzer Mechanism. I fucked that up. Oh wait, let me go look it up real quick. It's a sentient hyper optimized data access network. See, I fucked up bad time. But basically, this thing becomes so powerful it actually creates a race of zombies and machines to actually kill everybody off on the ship. It's almost like a 2001 type parody. 2001 actually came out before, but you know, it becomes a HAL type machine, and instead of like the necromorphs, or I think that's what they're called, necromorphs, from Dead Space, you actually have like the zombie crews are brought back to life, and you have these robots almost like the Killbots from Chopping Mall, which is another excellent movie. But it was what basically laid the foundation for the game we know today as BioShock. BioShock just happens to have underwater with Rapture and the Big Daddy suit and things. But the game itself was really cool. And you used to have to play in MS-DOS. Did you remember what MS-DOS was? Yeah, it's kind of strange. And nowadays you got to play it in DOSBox, which is a whole different thing, which fucks up with the sound and all. But System Shock was one of the very first games I remember that was like horror. That had like the horror elements, and it was a lot more creepy than stuff like came out a little bit after it. Like, for example, System Shock came out in around the time of 1994. I don't remember what month it came out. I mean, I was young then. I was like, how old was I in 94? I was like 8 or 9. I was 8, I think. Yeah, when you're that age and you're playing computer games, it kind of changes your perspective. Things are a lot more creepy back then. Like, when you're younger, you're a lot more impressionable than when you get older. Because I remember watching the Friday the 13th movies when I was young, and I'm like putting my hands over my face trying to look, and I end up looking through like the little holes in my hands and stuff. And I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd love the thrill and the excitement of it. And this game right here did that to me. Got to the point where I'd play it for a little bit, and I never get really far. I never beat it. I don't think I ever beat level 1 of System Shock. But it would creep me out so bad I'd quit. I might have got past level 1, but I didn't understand a lot of things about the game. I was excited just to play a game on the computer, because back then computers were like brand spanking new. If you had a computer, it was there's very few games that you'd play on it. I remember playing games like Carnivore, where you'd basically hunt dinosaurs. Playing games, the FMV games and stuff like that. And System Shock was one of the games that I was playing on the computer. This is way back. This is when shit first started coming out on disc and stuff like that. I even talked about it in my last video, which was the top 5 about stuff coming on disc. And you have like 8 or 9 discs. And you have to switch constantly. It's like blah, 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 blah. I don't think I've ever even used a CD tray on my latest computer. I mean, like, my next computer might not even have a compact disc drive. I mean, I guess they're nice to have if you want to watch DVDs or something, but I hardly ever do it. But I remember it very fondly. And BioShock Infinite, I'm hoping it goes back to like the System Shock kind of esque. Like, I played BioShock 2. I didn't ever play BioShock 1, but it doesn't really have the creepy factor to it. Seeing as games like Dead Space are running wild with like the Necroforce and that whole horror element, I love those type of games. I love a creepy game. I mean, the only other game I could kind of relate the System Shock 1 game to, like that had that kind of adverse effect on me in life, would be the original Silent Hill. I remember playing the original Silent Hill with like my brother and my buddy Zach in the same room, and we would and we would still be terrified to play it. I mean, people not even playing the game, just watching it, were just terrified of it. And it was like, oh my god. But keep in mind, still a young age. Silent Hill came out in 99, so I was about 13 or 14 at that point. And it was really super creepy. I don't know. But I just seen that BioShock Infinite got pushed back, and it kind of reminds me of System Shock. And you probably have to look pretty hard to find System Shock 1 even on YouTube because it's such an old game. But you can definitely find System Shock 2, which this System Shock 2 came out a little bit earlier. But a little bit. I'm talking twice. I'm eating the fucking English language here like John Madden. It came out a little later. I think it was like 96, 97. Don't correct me on that. I might be wrong. But yeah. You guys should really check out. What was your favorite horror game? What's the game that had the most impression on you? Okay. No matter, we can edit out a bunch of stuff. Cut it off. Here. I got stuff all over my hands. What the hell you doing?
How do you get your TV turn on? It won't turn on. Yeah, TV power.
It flashed when I turned the TV.
Oh, God. I ain't put a video of it, guys. I want you to come check this shit out.
Cable my PL.
Look at this trash. It is raining cats and dogs out here. What's your opinion?
Makes mighty rough to me. Don't it, you know? Bruce scared to death in there. He's scared he's gonna get wind blown away. Blown away.
Well, we got a tornado touchdown right here close to us, so it's kind of exciting. Damn, Brooke. What do you think about it, Brooke?
What the fuck's going on out here? What the wild world reports is going on?
Woo!
I can't stay out here.
Fucked up.
If you're going home, get the fuck out.
Respond, cover your head with your hands. Please put the best down trees were damaging winds to the National Weather Service in Wilmington, North Carolina.
I've been to a couple times.
So maybe we should get out of our things, Brooke.
Yeah. Put some clean underwear on anyway.
The river flooded in, huh, Mike?
I know.
It is raining cats and fucking dogs out here. Whew, man. It's been a fucking hectic day. Just going to give you guys a little fill up video. I just got done playing Diablo 3. It's like 5:30 in the morning. As you can see by my eyes, I am done. I am finished. Oh, it was a very depressing night. I had a tornado warning today at the house, and then it turns out, you know, power was out throughout most of the day. Didn't really get too much done yesterday, and then we get to Diablo 3. They decided not to release it regional. They released everything one time, and that sucked. I mean, I pretty much called it. I was sitting in a call with, you know, my boy Fisticuffs and Claudio, and I was like, man, they're going to release all this shit at one time, and it's going to be just a gravel fest, which it did. It ended up taking me an hour and 15 minutes of constantly putting in a password to actually get into a game, and I got to level 10 normal right away. That gives me a clean slate for when I wake up tomorrow. I can start my hardcore character, and that's what I'm doing this video about. If you want to play hardcore on Diablo 3, please. You saw him say please? Please. Go ahead and create a level 1. I'm going to be a demon hunter. And meet me on the field about it. I have no idea what this game lies ahead of me. And, you know, I might be fucking up. Who knows? Because I almost died to a wood wraith right at level 10. I mean, like, that's like, it's like, whoa. Whoa. And my monsters have all these fucking new attacks. It's ridiculous. But other than that, Diablo 3 is fucking fantastic. It's very fun to play. And, yeah, I should be up about 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, somewhere in that ballpark. So if you're around tomorrow and you want to play Diablo 3, please, 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 please send me a message on YouTube with your Skype name. You gotta have Skype, you gotta have a mic, and we'll go from there. I don't know how I'm gonna play. I don't know how I'm gonna do it on Diablo yet, but we'll set it tomorrow. Peace, pimps. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm already holding my breath, so this is gonna be a horrible start, but I'm gonna leave it in anyway. No, guys, it's just something I did. Dude, I'm so excited for Diablo 3. It's hard to think about anything else than Diablo 3 right now. I just don't have any footage of it to show you at this point in time. But let's talk about something else. It's something along the same lines, but it's something other than different. Okay. A lot of you might have wondered, what the hell was the hype about yesterday with Diablo 3? Everything was Diablo 3. You notice the Twitter trends were trending Diablo 3. You probably got tired of hearing the name Diablo 3, so I'm not going to call it Diablo 3 no more. I'm going to call it that red guy. Well, here's what you don't know about that red guy. Diablo was a game that came out in the late 2000s, or well, the early 2000s, and it also came out in the mid 90s. In the mid 90s, Diablo kind of revolutionized the whole PC gaming era by creating the hack and slash genre, which was basically you beat up a monster, you collect the item, you put the item on your character, and you keep going and you level up, so on and so forth. It was an RPG, but it was a real loose RPG. Most RPGs have world maps and give you pretty much almost unlimited access, as well as unlimited as humanly possible access to a world that is not your own. Whereas Diablo, you had access to a town and a cathedral. Alright, well, fast forward to Diablo 2. Diablo 2 took the same principle, the same engine, and it made it so you had access to 5 acts. And it was addictive as all hell. I mean, dead serious. Diablo is not a game that shows well like a NASCAR event. NASCAR is funner to watch in real life than it is to watch online. Hockey is funner to watch in real life than it is to watch online, or TV, or whatever you want, or whatever medium you want to watch it in. Diablo 3 is funner to play. I know funner isn't a word, so don't jump on me with the Nazi grammar shit. It's more fun to play while you're in real, like, actually doing it, than it is to watch. But Diablo actually gets fun to watch if you know what's happening. So if you're on the fence about getting Diablo, even an iota, don't be. It is probably one of the best experiences you'll have with a video game in the next 10 years. That's how strong it is. There's a reason why the Twitter trend was trending yesterday, because everybody was wanting this game. I myself have been waiting over 10 years for Diablo 3 to drop. I mean, it's just that long. I thought Diablo 2 took a while when it took 5 years to make, but Diablo, that red guy is a game that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. And let me tell you, from what I've seen, it's good. I mean, if it was car insurance, it'd be Kool-Aid. It would beat Geico. But the hype around it is just that. I mean, everybody's been waiting for this game for years upon years upon years upon years. And Blizzard tries to do the best job with the game they possibly can. They try not to release a game that's just frustrating, infuriating, and half-assed like you see Call of Duty do every year. No, by means to bash Call of Duty, they obviously don't have the proper time or to allocate the games. I mean, I heard somewhere along the lines that Modern Warfare 3, this game you're seeing right now, was made and designed in 8 months, basically because Activision and Infinity Ward being in court so often. But that's a whole different story than everything else. But look at it like this way. If you question why a game like that red guy would be addictive, look at Call of Duty, for example. Call of Duty and other games took that same system and put it on top of their games, that RPG type system. And even though the red guy didn't really start the system, it still pretty much fine-tuned it to the point where most people copy it. Call of Duty got really popular with Call of Duty 4 when it created the created class system, where you actually got to pick your weapons, you pick your guns, pick perks that basically helped your character out and things like that. That's the same thing as an RPG system. When you level up, you get access to new, strengths, perks, skills. Just like in that red guy, when you level up, you get different skills or / perks. And all the people that love stuff like zombies, you should really branch out and try it, especially if you think the game's past your pretty much before your time. It is not before your time. It's before a lot of people's time. Like, keep in mind that, if you're 19 now, you were 9 when Diablo 2 came out. if you're like 15 now, you were like 5. You were a toddler. You had no clue what the world was going on. So don't let the fact that you haven't played the first 2 scare you away from it, because it's actually the easiest game in the series. It truly is. I mean, they've done away with builds. They've done away with anything that comes along with builds. I mean, pretty much all your character build now is staying alive, and what skills are you going to use. They took away all the elements of, adding and all the paper elements of Diablo 2, and they try to make it more fun and neat for everybody else, and kind of follow the World of War kind of mentality. But so far, 10 levels into it, I'm having a good time. I'm having a great time. Hell, I'm about to start my hardcore character, and I'm scared to death. Mainly, the reason I'm scared to death most likely for? Because I was facing a wood wraith, and it almost killed me at level 10. That's a feeling I've never had, be almost killed in normal level 1. So hopefully it was just a fluke, and but who knows. Other than that, this is some gameplay inspired from a mellow gamer. This is the way I've been trying to play, and I actually was talking to him while I was getting these kind of gameplays. I know this gameplay is kind of drawn out and long. It's like I even cut some stuff out of this game, but that was mainly because all the kids in the other team want to hide in the corner. This was me trying out his rush TDM style. Tell me what you guys think about it, and I'll see you guys later. I'll see you on the highway to hell. There's the waypoint.
There it is.
Yeah, we're good to go now.
Alright. What's up, Leoric?
If you guys want, we can actually skip this gauntlet too. You don't have to do it.
Ain't no reason to.
This thing?
Just bust right through the door.
Oh, nice. Barbarian, just screw it. Run right through.
There's an enlightening shrine.
Oh yeah, got me some ancient spear.
You have to forgive the phone for all of about 10 seconds more.
You want to try Leoric 3 minutes?
Why the hell not?
Yeah, man, I got a full spear bar. Just randos kick him to death.
I'm on. There we go.
Alright, let's do this.
You can skip the cutscene.
Skeleton King. We're gonna have a little under 2 minutes to beat him.
Yep, ads for days.
Well, between Wizard's Frost Nova and my Ground Stomp, he won't be moving around too much.
I got Caltrops.
Oh, well, we said that, but he's gonna teleport and hit us in the face anyway.
Server shutting down 2
Yeah.
minutes. Alright, here we go. Click him, click him, click him.
Here, let me
Let's
tank.
go.
You gonna Frost Nova him right off the bat?
Yep.
All
As
right.
soon as I can. He's immune.
Well, because he was going into his swing.
2 minutes. Holy shit.
I have heal if you guys get low.
Just watch out for that big swing he does.
Oh yeah. 60 seconds. Let's go. Wings, more laser beam of
Got it.
doom.
Yeah.
I'm doing it as fast as I can work it up.
Yeah, look at that demon. Look at that demon hunter just sitting in the back, sipping on Kool-Aid.
There we go.
Watch, we're gonna get some amazing loot, and then there'll be like a server rollback.
30 seconds.
Oh, get
Nice.
whooped up on.
That was good. Oh, I got a rare crossbow.
I got rare knuckles for the monk.
Oh, sweet.
Alright.
I got a rare saber. I also got my vault skill.
Knuckles are on the ground.
I got a 17.6 one-handed crossbow.
17.6. Oh shit.
There you go.
Where's that?
Well, I said that. Go. We're dead. Yeah.
Oh,
Ah. Hey, at least we picked up the loot.
You got that right.
Oh, all 4 of us are on there.
Oh, yeah.
Can we start again?
Doesn't look like it. Only available to party leader. That'd be you.
The Fallen Star, normal difficulty.
Use this time to work on my sigil.
Diablo servers are full. You're entering game queue.
I'm just gonna go to the washroom real quick.
I'm gonna go turn my air conditioner off real quick.
I'm gonna go piss.
I'm gonna fuck around my sigil.
Alright.
It finally kicked us out of that screen.
Didn't me.
Big motherfucker. Oh. Looks like the game. What's up, everybody? Are you got the blues like I do? Look at this. Look at this trash. I've been seeing this shit for almost 24 straight hours. I want to play some Diablo 3, damn it. So, unlike being like Francis and raging about it, let's go ahead and find a solution. So let's go ahead and cancel. Come on. Cancel. There we go. If you look over the right, it says it's going to be another 3 hours. So let's just go and change it over to the Euro server and the options, and let's just go look at this. Look at that. Oh my god, I can get to play Diablo 3. It isn't that laggy, gives you something to do while you're waiting on the shit to come up. Hopefully this helps you out. Peace, people. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm going to give my first impressions of Diablo 3. Diablo 3 as a whole is a whole different experience, and to me, I personally like it. I mean, the item system is a little bit more lackluster, and it seems to be more heavy on attributes, especially in the normal difficulty. But as I said, I have no experience with the higher difficulties since I've only made it to Act 2 Hardcore Normal. Since I made it to level 10, and I started an Act 2 guy right away. So I almost automatically start 10 levels behind everybody else. But I love the thrill of it. And I'm going to go ahead and share a couple tips I've had that I've gained over the time, because one thing that I'm enjoying with Diablo 2 is the way my character kind of I kind of learning my character as I'm learning the game. Like when I first started out playing with my Demon Hunter, I was just doing the basic left and right click stuff, you know. Now I'm starting to learn strategies. I'm starting to learn where to be. I'm starting to learn, you know, some of the cues that the game actually give you. And let's kind of break some of those down. Let's go ahead and find a fight that I have that actually put pressure on me and show why I did things and kind of break it down to kind of give you a better understanding. Let's go jump to it. This right here was a boss fight that we had that caught me off guard. So let's go ahead and break it down a little bit here. Let's stop it right there. If you notice right here, I'm sorry about it, it's a little bit blurry, but if you notice my Demon Hunter right in the middle of the screen, and you'll see that people spawned in the southwest of me, I immediately throw a caltrip, which you see right here. That's to basically stun them, because I wanted a way to get out, and you can see my opening coming out to the right over here. The reason I wanted to get out is mainly because it kind of opened it up, and my Demon Hunter is not exactly a nimble piece. But you see I kind of circle back around there, and I put another caltrip. I kind of use the caltrip as a barrier. Almost every character class has a barrier like this, and you can use them to your advantage. As you see right there, that one little move made it so I didn't get hit the entire fight, and it was pretty much an ambush type fight. Use your defensive skills like that. That's something that I picked up over time. And let's go ahead and zoom in and look at another aspect of it. Let's go and look at the taskbar I have down at the bottom. The first thing you might notice is that I don't have skills that normally would be there. See, I have 2 shadow skills there where it normally wouldn't be. And this is something that I learned through the options menu. If you go to your options and you go click gameplay, you click far right and you go to elective mode. I would show this right now, but as I said, Diablo's down, and they pretty much make it so you can't have any kind of single player access to the game. One of the downsides to the game. But anyway, I know normally these are set to 1, 2, and 3, but as you notice mine, they're set to ASDF, which kind of takes my follower menu away, but it helps me out in the long run. What this does is allow me to be familiar with the keys. My hands naturally fall on the home row keys, most like other people's. So I redo my key bindings to basically allow me to do that. So, and I kind of try not to change them once I learn them. For instance, caltrops I have on A. So I always know when I need a caltrop to press the A button. It's a lot easier than going up and guessing where the 1 button is. Even though you might hit that 1 button 90% of the time, there's always that one chance that you're not going to hit it. And when you play hardcore mode, that's a death dealer. That's what that is. You don't want to fuck up when you need it. So that's why I set that there. And you have T's Town Portal, and you can use other things like, as you notice, S is generally the skill button. Alright, so I had to redo S, so I put S on the R button itself. These are just simple little tips, but it'll help you enjoy the game a lot more because you'll be able to in a fast pace, be able to switch through skills. You also be able to hotkey other skills. Say you don't like playing defensive. Say you want to play on normal and not hardcore, and you want to just pound ass with your sorceress. You can put 4 or 5 abilities there. Hell, even now, matter of fact, let me go and show you some gameplay so I can point it out to you. You'll notice I have an offensive skill, archery, in the F slot. Alright, this archery, say I want a multi-shot to be my main one, I could very easily go to my right-click mouse slot in the menu and make that multi-shot, but I have it to the F key right now. So when I have my hands on the home row's key and say I come up to a situation like this right here, and I wanna pretty much put a multi-shot out there, all I gotta do is tap the F button and it'll shoot a bunch of arrows in the direction I want them to go. And since multi-shot, when you first get it, it's very hatred hungry, it's best to do it this way. You can do a couple quick multi-shots and then fill it up with like hunger arrow or rapid shot, which is what I've been falling back on. Well, hopefully some of these tips give you a hand, and if you'd like more tips like this and you'd like these videos to be more mainstay, oh hell, if you'd like me to continue you down the hardcore road, because once we get to Nightmare in Hell, that's when the videos are going to get interesting, because that's something nobody else is doing. If you'd like these to continue, please leave a like. Likes are so important to a channel. I can't even explain it. I've saw it so many times. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I hope you guys hopefully Diablo 3 works out of the bugs so we can enjoy the game as it is. As always, peace. What's up, guys? It's Word to Your Fucking Mother time, and you know, we're back with Wings of Redemption, and we got some news today for you. Seems that DICE, well, not DICE, but Electronic Arts, the parent company to DICE, is actually going to instill a premium fee for Battlefield 3. What does this mean? What the hell is a premium fee? Well, you know what Call of Duty Elite is? Battlefield's doing it as well. Let's go and see what some of the features you'll get if you become a Battlefield Premium member. You get a black knife, black dog tag, and a set of soldier and weapon camo and assignments. So, what you're going to end up doing is if you want to buy this premium service, which, keep in mind, Battlelog already does most of the shit Elite does for free, you get to have assignments like who can kill the most in TDM or Conquest, and you'll have a black knife and black dog tag. And maybe, who knows, a little bit of camo here and there. So you got to ask yourself at this point, is $100 worth winter camo? Because that's essentially what you're getting. You're essentially getting the winter camo from Call of Duty Elite Founder. And, like, what are companies thinking about these days? I mean, seriously. I mean, the fact is there's a sucker born every minute. It's the truth. It happens. You know, a lot of people have more money than they have common sense. I mean, I got duped twice by Call of Duty Elite. I bought Elite twice. I bought it for the PlayStation 3, and I bought it for the Xbox 360. You know, I did that. I had faith, and I thought Modern Warfare 3 might be a game that I'd enjoy throughout the entire year. I mean, they couldn't fuck up, you know, as bad as they did with Modern Warfare 2. It couldn't happen. I mean, I came off of Black Ops. Black Ops was a very enjoyable experience. I don't mean to be bitching about it, but the experience between Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 is a great one. I know a lot of people have different opinion. I know a lot of people like the Infinity Ward installments, mainly because of the lack of recoil. But I really love the recoil. And, you know, adding a bunch of sway does not substitute actual gun recoil. And that's just my opinion. I mean, the guns kill too fast on Infinity Ward installments. That's just what it is. But other than that, this is my buddy ZBC. He's not by no means the greatest Call of Duty player. He is not going to be no Mozart with a controller, but what he does is he's a consistent team player, and he asked me if I could use some of his gameplay. If you want to know who the ZBC is, it's the guy with the huge ass beard. He actually runs my secondary channel over there on War God YouTube. You guys should check him out. But let's go back to the topic at hand. Let me go and read you an insert from this article that I read on GameSpot.com. Here it is. Additionally, EA has hinted at Battlefield subscription fees in the past. In March, EA Game Executive Vice President Patrick Schuterlund said, like other companies, we're looking to see how we can maximize our investment in this, get the most out of our investment, and get more people playing the product. You know what? I think your boy Patrick Schuterlund has never even played his product. When you refer to your game as your product, you sound like a pompous fucking ass. That's like me saying, like, yeah, I got, well, let me go ahead and tell you a little story about this. I went out and, when I first started doing this, I started doing this in World at War. I was so afraid to even call somebody a fan. You know why I was afraid to call somebody a fan? Hell, I don't even like calling them fans today. You know why I don't like calling fans today? Because I don't want to put myself above people like that. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I've put myself above people before. But as a whole, I don't want to feel like, you know, well, you watch me, I don't watch you. That's not the route I want to take. I've always wanted to say, you know, this is what I have to offer. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching my videos. That's the kind of route I've always tried to take. And I never really considered fans. I look at a fan as somebody that, you know, instead of drawing your name in the fucking, you know, drawing pictures of you hanging on the wall and that kind of thing. Justin Bieber has fans. You know, Wings of Redemption doesn't. But if Wings of Redemption was a game developer, he wouldn't refer to his game as our product. You know, when you refer to shit like our product, it kind of reminds me of those people that go, yeah, them Browns, we didn't win this year. What the hell is we? What is we? What is our? I don't think this guy, Patrick Schuterlund, has made anything in the Diablo 3 game. I don't think he wrote one line of code in the entire game. But I tell you what he will be doing. He'd be derailing that motherfucking train and fucking ruining it for a lot of people, leaving a sour taste in their mouth because our product is really him trying to milk it for whatever money it's worth. All the good people that actually gave his game a chance are still playing this game now because they have faith in the company or actually enjoy the series or maybe even brand loyal, are going to get shit on in their face with like a fucking $60 kit to get a black fucking knife. And DICE probably can't do nothing about it. DICE works for a company. That's what they do. They probably get a letter or a memorandum that goes, hey, you guys got to do this or you're fired. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Other than that, I'm a little ticked off. What do you guys think about Battlefield having its own elite like Call of Duty, especially after DICE made such a big deal about not trying to copy Call of Duty? I am by no means blaming DICE. I'm just saying they made a big deal about not wanting to copy Call of Duty. Now they're being forced to. Other than that, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out of 5,000. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a little audio commentary here today with Mellow Gamer. I've been wanting to get this guy in a dual com for a while now, and basically just break down his gameplay. He's using a Specialist AA12, and he drops a 40 bomb. Did you come in this game knowing you're gonna drop a 40 bomb? How often does that happen?
No, I just play the game how I normally play it, and I did not expect to do less well, especially with an AA12. But yeah, it just worked out. So. Yeah, I mean, mission's a good shotgun map, so, I mean, put two of them together, so.
You were talking to me right before we started doing this about how you play about an hour. In that hour period, how often do you drop a 40 bomb?
Probably 3 or 4. I mean, depends on how well I do. I mean, sometimes I can get like 3 Moabs in a day, and...
In an hour period?
Yeah. I think the most I got was like 5, so.
Because I tried playing your style the other day, the last time I got on, and I played maybe 10 games, and you know, 10 games like an hour and a half of playing, and I got maybe 4 good games, and none of them were Moabs.
I mean, I love TDM. I mean, I've been playing it since COD 4, and I tailored my playstyle to play TDM, and I can play stuff like Domination, but I mean, TDM's a game mode I feel comfortable with, so yeah.
I don't know if you're like me, but when I run the Specialist kit, I feel like every time I get to, like, you know, the 6th Specialist and I die, I feel like I could have had like an assault kill streak, and I feel like it's taking kills away from me.
Right. But you gotta think about it. How often you get kills with a pave down right away, and I mean, AC-130 is pretty much useless with the spawn protection. So, I mean, I don't see the point of using assault.
I mean, so you don't use assault at all?
I have 9 classes, and I use assault on 2 of them, so no, not really.
All right, so your sit rep loadout, obviously using sleight of hand because the AA12 is retarded with the 8-round clip.
Horrible reload, yeah.
And then you got the 2 stealth perks. You want to talk about those any?
Oh yeah, it was from Xcal actually. When he first put out the game, he did some post-game commentaries on a Specialist loadout, and I pretty much copied it. And before they did that little glitch for sit rep and dead silence where they cancel each other out. It was a really good combo because in this game you can't sound over without dead silence, and I mean, you pretty much need the Specialist bonus if you want to sound over with a headset, and yeah, that's why I use it because it works well.
All right. So what is generally your factor with? I notice you're running back and forth here, and and the radar said nobody's there. Well, you end up dying right there, but. Like, how do you predict the spawn so well? Is it through the headset?
No, I just look at the mini map. Wherever my teammates are, I know there's going to be no one there, so I pretty much turn the opposite way, and I just head way the hell away from my teammates. And yeah, I play this game enough, so I know where the common spawn points are, and yeah, that's how I do it.
So, mission, where are the common spawn points?
I really don't know the callouts, but I mean,
give us a big idea.
Well. This is part I struggle with. Like, I don't know how to explain my gameplay. I mean, it's kind of rush heavy, so I mean, I tried doing like a map breakdown series and it didn't really work out too well. And yeah, I really have difficulty explaining people how I do it, and I kind of think that
do you want to say like front of the map, back of the map? Is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
I just put them in 2 ends. I mean, one end, the other end, where my team is on one half. The enemy's going to be on the other half, and mission's a small map, so
would you say one end C-Dom and the other end's top
end's
play?
8. Yeah. Yep. And I mean, mission's a pretty linear map, so you just pretty much stay in the center and just keep going back and forth.
Now, what happens when assassins get into you with dead silence in that center and they start irking you? What do? You just leave?
No, I don't leave. I try to frustrate them because they frustrate me. So yeah,
because I know it happens. It has to happen.
Oh yeah, it happens a lot, and yeah, it frustrates me. But I mean, what can you do? You've got those blind-eye assassin kids every day in TDM, so I mean, you just gotta work with it.
All right,
not every game's a magic lobby. So
I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
It's kind of a two-tiered question. Hardline versus quick draw and assassin, and scavenger versus sleight of hand pro.
Scavenger. I use scavenger personally because I just like it out of personal preference, and there's no dual mags in this game. But I'd say sleight of hand's the overall better perk because it gives you more benefits. I mean, scavenger, all you do is resupply ammo, and I mean, sleight of hand, you can pretty much switch from, say, an ACR to a Kimbo from G9s because that's what everyone uses. And hardline, I don't really see the point in because I mean, just one less kill. And honestly, if I could, I'd use assassin on every class, but I'm not a douchebag, so yeah, I use quick draw in some classes, but SMG is not really because they have a fast enough ADS time that I don't really need quick draw. So.
Alright guys, you can check a Mellow Gamer down in the description of this video or in the top right. He does a lot of TDM gameplays. He gets a lot of TDM MOABs. He's a 4 KD player and a 4 win-loss player. Very strong player. Check him out. Peace. Well, what's up guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I'm back and I'm bringing you what a lot of people ask for, an honest review of Diablo 3. If you're like me, when you buy a new game or product, you go out there and you pretty much look at everything what people have to say about it. You kind of want to either find people that agree with you on something or disagree with you on something and why they disagree on it. And I'm going to go a little bit of both. I'm going to give the ups and downs of why Diablo 3 is kind of a letdown, to be perfectly honest, but why it's still fun, to be perfectly honest, and why I look forward to playing it every day. Let's go ahead and get the positive reviews of the game. Diablo 3 is refreshing. It is. It looks great. It plays great. But at the same thing at the bottom of it, it kind of feels like it's not the game that I fell in love with. But don't get me wrong. The game I fell in love with is still there. I can still go play it online. But it just doesn't play like Diablo. You know, you're looking at the screen like, what are you talking about, Wings? There's the character collection screen. There's a skill bar screen. Let me just throw some things out there. One of the things I'm having a hard time grasping is my limitations on skills. I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skills. I can have 6 skills active at one time, period. And that's through all my hotkeys. Maybe I want to use more than 6 skills. Like, for example, say, like, I don't know, I was running a sorceress. I went through today. I spent today going through Act 1 through 4 normal with a sorceress on hardcore. Well, they're called wizards or whatever the wizard plural is for female. And one of the problems I ran into is I wanted to use my ice armor. I wanted to use the time spell. I wanted to use the arcane blast. I wanted to use a number of different spells, but the game wouldn't allow me to do it. Be it balance reasons, be it whatever, I couldn't do it. I had to pretty much plug and play 6 spells I could use at any given time. I understand this right here kind of is the character build, and that's another thing that's kind of, you know, iffy. I don't like how the characters are pretty much one-sided, and what words am I looking for here? They're bland. That's what they are. Every character can do everything. If I create a demon hunter, she can do anything another demon hunter can do at the same level. So if I get a level 60 demon hunter, it could be as generic as anybody else, and I could copy anybody else's style without penalty or without any thought. One of the things I enjoyed so much about Diablo 2 was the ability to customize the character to my liking. If I wanted to build a Frosted In, I built a Frosted In. If I wanted to build a Holy Shock Paladin, I built a Holy Shock Paladin. It gave me a reason to play through the game again as another build. Whereas this is more casual, which, don't get me wrong, being casual about things in the game is great. Let me stop back on that sentence just a little bit more. I'll talk about that in just a second. but it kind of ruins the fun of doing different builds. I mean, I loved how Diablo 2 had the, synergy system. Other skills built onto other skills. You had to, if you wanted like a block build, you had to go dexterity. You had to find the right proper shield. And one thing it got me wondering, why did they do away with the rune system? They took all this time. One of Lord of Destruction's big deals was now you can make your own runes with rune wards. So if you found a certain number of runes with the right socketed thing, you could have a rune ward. Well, they did that away with that completely. And the biggest, blow to the Diablo was they did away with uniques. One of the things that I enjoyed the most about Diablo was finding uniques and sets and, trying to put them all together. Magic finding was one of the loves of the game. Now it seems like the game is completely random. I mean, let it be told, I've beaten the game twice on normal. I'm just starting to play on Nightmare. But after looking through the auction house and seeing some of the low-level, legendary weapons and things like that, I'm kind of disappointed, to be perfectly honest. Like for example, I put in, unique, legendary two-handed bow for my Demon Hunter at level 33. It came up with 6 of the same bow, and every one of them had different stats, much like a rare. So I was like, So I put in rares for the same level, and the rares were better than the legendary weapons. What did the legendary weapons have to bring that nothing else can give me? From my understanding, legendary weapons have certain stats that can't be found on rare weapons. I don't know what that is, but it would suck to go out there and get a legendary weapon or find a legendary weapon, get all excited and realize that my blue weapon or bow is better than it because it has properties that actually matter on it. That's just something that I found. I know it's been a fucking bitch fest so far, but hang with me. Believe it or not, I like this game. I do. I really do like this game because of all the flaws that it has and all the things that I wish it was. It's still a fun game. It still catches your attention for hours at a time. And there's always that right around the bend feeling that Diablo always has. And it does keep that into the game itself. It always makes you want to go, well, what is the next boss going to drop? And it's there, but it's not there. I kind of miss looking for certain items. I kind of miss having everything laid out on a silver platter. I kind of miss, uniques that had set stats that I knew right away. And to kind of cut this, fest down to a little bit because I'm pretty much nagging at this point. I miss, as a whole, more than anything else, I miss how simple Diablo used to be. They have pretty much wowdified this game to the extreme. They put a level cap of 60 on it, which I don't understand. I mean, I came out of Act 1, I came out of normal, level 30, 31 both times. And, by the time you get to Leoric and Nightmare, you're already 34. And it's like, seriously? I mean, by the time you get them halfway through hell, you'll be at the level cap. And it's like, they're doing that for money. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing. And just like seeing the Battlefield thing yesterday and actually seeing this game, I know exactly where Diablo's going to go. It's going to go into fucking 8 expansion sets that, you got to pay $200 extra to be able to get to a level that's, somewhat hard to obtain. And even if you brush through it and actually attempt Inferno, you're going to pretty much be hindering yourself because Inferno ain't going to be beatable until you buy all the expansion sets fucking 2 years down the road when you actually have an extra 30 fucking levels of experience and stat points and boosting. Because guess what? The monsters already scale higher than you in Inferno. That's some things I don't like. And another thing I don't like, you get jack nothing for being hardcore. Beforehand in hardcore, what did you get? You basically got you got titles. I mean, and you got to go in the chat rooms and show everybody your titles. You got a different stance in the chat room. You got a different title, and there was a ladder. From what I can tell, I don't think there's a ladder on this thing. I mean, I guess I just didn't keep up with the age. I didn't keep up with them as a whole. But I don't know. Should you buy Diablo? If this is your first Diablo game, you're gonna fucking love it. It's a well crafted game. It is well put together, but the fact is, it just doesn't feel like the game that I know and love. I'd go so far as say the first game feels more like Diablo 2 than this game. I mean, pretty much all this game has in concept with Diablo 2 is the active inventory, the skill sets as you level up, and you know the control scheme. I mean, everything else they could have put a different name on this game, and it wouldn't have sold as well. But you know, it would have probably been more true to form. Because one, the story feels rushed. The story actually feels kind of stale. I mean, I don't like the story at all. There's way better routes they could have took with the story than what they did, and it kind of feels just tacked on. And you know, I went through that before in another video. You know, I'll probably do another video where I just talk about how this story could have happened and how it ended up happening. You know, after everybody gets their turn and gets done playing with it, so I don't have to do any spoiler type things. But well, I've said a bitch to probably almost 10 minutes about what I don't like about the game. What do I do like about the game? I love how they lowered it down to 4 people. That eliminates a couple things that Diablo 2 didn't get rid of. Diablo 2, you're more likely to run into people that would just sit back and leech experience. Since they've cut down the party size and you know pretty much ramped up the health, you know, one person is equal to 2 people joining now. It forces you to play together in a party. Stuff like the monks, healing auras and stuff like that happen only when they're close together. So it really plays into teamwork much more than every other game, since the monsters are so overwhelming. And as you see, it's a really busy game. If somebody doesn't play on if you look at the game and you try to push it off to the side and think, you know, we're going to run through this area, that's when you're going to die on this game. I've already seen it 3 times on hardcore. People going in, we're talking on the mic, and they know what's up, and they still end up dying because they let things get away from them. This is a game that could turn sour in a hurry. But that's pretty much my honest review. Should you buy the game? Yes, you should buy this game. It is a fantastic game. And even though it's pretty much turned into a money marketing scheme, it's better than World of Warcraft. I mean, World of Warcraft was like punching a clock to go to work. At least this is actually fun to play. And I like how they actually attempted to make the higher difficulties hard. For example, they actually gave, you know, some of the minions on the higher difficulties, instead of just having a bunch of random modifiers like they did in Diablo 2, they have unique attacks such as arcane shield or, you know, fucking laser beam trap and things like that, which gives the game an added challenge to make it more than just, you know, tanks run up, DPS stand back, you know, you win. Some things I wish they could do to improve Diablo game: add a threat system. They have a D-threat system. Like if I use Shadow Cloak on my Demon Hunter here, I could very easily, you know, pretty much have the monsters ignore me. But they don't have like barbarians or monks or anything like that any way to generate threat attacks or anything like that like they would in a WoW setting. But I don't know. It's just my review. Buy the game. You'll have a great time. But don't buy the game expecting Diablo 2. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's Wings of Redemption. Yes, now it's a fuck up. I'm keeping it anyway. Well, man. You know, if you're like me, you were kind of let down a little bit with Battlefield 3. It's kind of been a trend lately. I've been let down with a lot of games. And, you know, somebody said on my latest video, is there any game that you like? I actually like a lot of games. I mean, I'm a gamer at heart. I love playing games. Like Fallout New Vegas, love them things to death. Why? Because they were made properly. They were made, and they were exactly what I expected. If Fallout 4 is going to flip the scheme, who knows, Fallout 4 might fall into this category we're talking about. But I liked Battlefield 3. I do. I like the game. It's a fun game to play. It's a different experience in Call of Duty, but they're quickly changing that from the norm. But what I liked better than Battlefield 3 was Bad Company 2. Bad Company 2 was one of those games that was like, yeah, Bad Company 2. It was such a it was just like Bad Company 1, but with improvements on everything about it. And it was a great game. Its graphics, in my opinion, the graphics were better in Bad Company 2. They were a little bit more cartoony, but the graphics were better. Had a better destruction system, had a better tank system, had everything but jets. I love me some Bad Company 2. Well, it was reported today that some of DICE's employees have put Bad Company 3 on their resume. And this is fucking exciting. You know why this is exciting? This could mean a couple things. This could mean a couple variables. This is just me looking ahead and other things. This could mean that DICE is going to try to start mimicking Call of Duty and put one out every year. If Bad Company 3 is already done or already putting the release in on it, they could be dropping Bad Company 3 next year. And if they're going to drop Bad Company 3, they should do it in March. Because, like I've said before, all these game companies, they're all trying to compete with Call of Duty. Why compete with Call of Duty? You don't have to. I mean, it's perfectly noticed. How long does a Call of Duty last? The buzzworthy. I mean, obviously Call of Duty lasts 1 year. That's what they got a Call of Duty Elite for. They're trying to new content drop and make the game last an entire year. But even with that, it doesn't do it. You could put the game out in March, and people would buy it. If there was another good FPS that was on the level of Call of Duty that came out in March, 6 months after, Call of Duty is released, it would get a lot of Call of Duty sales. Why? Because people are ready to move on to another game to hold them over till the next Call of Duty. I know this might seem like a sad, critical, vicious cycle. That's just the way it is. But me personally, I'd be uber excited for Bad Company 3 as long as it doesn't use the Battlefield engine and it uses the Bad Company 2 engine. I just love the Bad Company 2 engine. I love the feel of it as a whole. And let's go and get some other gaming news out of there. Diablo 3. Oh, I know you guys heard a lot about this game. And the reason you've heard a lot about this game is because it's a game I've been waiting for years. And I was super excited to play it. Well, Diablo 3, the PvP and the real money auction house had been pushed back. It was supposed to be dropping on May 22nd. They decided to push it on back. What was happening and why Diablo 3 has been down for the last, on and off for 3 days in America is they basically had an issue with the Templar mercenary. Yes, it's something that simple. What would happen is a demon hunter would put a shield on the Templar mercenary and it would pretty much ban people off of Battle.net. Not really ban them per se, but it would kick them off and not allow them to log on anymore. And it's an issue they've been working on. It's a stability issue. And that's the reason that's happening. But as always, guys, Painkiller Already is going to be happening tonight. And if you don't know what Painkiller Already is, it's a podcast, also known as PKA, that I do with Woody, myself, and a guy named FES Kyle. We have an impersonator on tonight. He actually had a pretty good review last time when we did calls, and hopefully he's a very good guest. But check out the impersonator. I'm probably going to be streaming PKA tonight on my channel. If you would like to watch me instead of Woody, it doesn't really matter. And hope you guys see you there. Peace. It's 8 o'clock tonight, Eastern. Peace. Hi. I have a bushy beard. Hi. Bushy beard. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I just wanted to go ahead and talk about a couple of things. A lot of people have been asking, where the hell's the nightly workouts at? Well, let me explain. No excuses, fat boy! Let me explain. The nightly workouts are still going to happen. What ended up happening is I was going to take a couple days off of the bike, mainly because my right leg was hurting, right toward where the thigh goes into. And then Diablo 3 happened. And Diablo 3, it consumes you. It's like a hatred. I know it's no excuse, but Diablo 3 happened, and I spent a lot of long nights fucking playing Diablo 3. So hopefully tonight I get back on the workout thing. And Hopefully I get to shave and fix all this shit up. I should be boss hog. Bushy beard. Peace.